The LG V20 is here, and today I'm doing a video about the T-Mobile Sprint merger. So I'm on CNET.com here, and it says that T-Mobile's 26.5 billion Sprint mega merger closed merger little hurdle. After 2 years of waiting, the end may be in sight. So the T-Mobile Sprint merger got approved yesterday. So this is really interesting, and we'll see how this thing plays out. So now we're gonna have 4 carriers still. So four carriers will still be in play here. You'll have AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, and Dish as your 4 major U.S. carriers now. So this is pretty interesting. Alright. So let's check this out, y'all. It says here, T-Mobile's deal with Sprint is almost across the finish line after a New York court decision that the pending $26.5 billion transaction could go ahead. U.S. District Judge Victor Marrero formally ruled on Tuesday in favor of the deal, which will combine the third and fourth largest U.S. wireless carriers. So a U.S. District Judge in New York has ruled in favor of the merger. So the merger is happening, it's been approved and everything else. So we'll see how this plays out. It says that 14 state attorney generals, led by New York and California, had opposed the transaction, arguing that combining the companies would dramatically reduce competition and push up prices. That's why several state attorney generals had fears about this merger, because it could reduce competition and it could hike up prices. So it says that in this ruling, Marrero said that the merger was unlikely to substantially lessen competition, and said it was misleading to presume the deal will be anti-competitive given the rapid changes in the industry. He credited T-Mobile with having spurred industry leaders AT&T and Verizon to make pro-consumer changes, calling it a maverick. He also said that Sprint had tried to remain competitive, but was falling further and further short of the targets it must hit to remain relevant as a significant competitor. The principals in the merger deal expressed relief Tuesday at the judge's ruling, and this is a quote from John Ledger, who is T-Mobile's CEO, and he says, quote, "Today was a huge victory for this merger, and now we are finally able to focus on the last steps to get this merger done." End quote. Then he goes on to say, "We have said it all along. The new T-Mobile will be a supercharged carrier that is great for consumers and great for competition." So the new carrier will be called New T-Mobile. So we've been doing that for a while now, so that's nothing new. And also Sprint CEO Marcelo Claire also praised the ruling by saying, quote, "Judge Marrero's decision validates our view that this merger is the best interest of the U.S. economy and American consumers." End quote. He said. So T-Mobile CEO and Sprint CEO they're obviously on board with this merger. They're happy about it. So that's a win. It says the news was expected after reports emerged Monday evening from the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times. So information was leaked Monday night about the ruling. There were stuff leaked about it Monday night, and so that's kind of interesting there. But now the merger has been approved and it will go through. So this is pretty cool. Says that after the rolling sprint share soared more than 70% to around 8,000. Yeah. Says after the rolling sprint share soared more than 70% to around $8.25, while T-Mobile's rose 11% to around $93.90. So when this merger got approved yesterday, T-Mobile stock went up and so did Sprint stock. Both of their stocks went up. That is good news for both of those companies right there. Dish, a satellite TV service that is set to acquire assets divested by Sprint and T-Mobile, was similarly pleased. So Sprint Dish is gonna get Dish will get assets from T-Mobile and Sprint. So that's pretty cool. So this will now be your new fourth carrier. So like I said, you'll have Verizon, AT&T, new T-Mobile, and Dish as your four major U.S. carriers now. So yeah, it says that the deal will give the company which is buying the Boost Mobile budget buying from Sprint the opportunity to expand into franchises and billions of dollars worth of wireless spectrum it has accumulated. So did y'all guys know that Dish Network is buying Boost Mobile? They are requiring Boost Mobile. So if you guys are a Boost Mobile customer right now, you guys will be on Dish pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. Virgin Mobile is dead. So it don't mention nothing about Virgin Mobile, obviously, because Virgin Mobile is dead. Sprint has shut down Virgin Mobile for good. So you know how Boost Mobile service will be bought by Dish Network. So yeah. So here's a quote from Dish. Here is a quote from Dish's here's a quote from Dish. This chairman, Charlie Ergen, and he says, quote, "We are eager to begin serving Boost customers while aggressively growing the business as a new competitor, bringing lower prices, greater choice, and more innovation to consumers." End quote. Then he goes on to say, "We look forward to the Boost employees and dealers joining the Dish family." Announced in 2018, the deal received approval from the federal committee. Announced in 2018, the deal received approval from the FCC and the DOJ in 2019. The states represented one of the biggest remaining hurdles preventing the companies from completing the transaction, though it still requires the blessing of some public utility commissions, including California's. The deal also needs to pass a Tuning Act review for antitrust concerns there. So there is still some hurdles that this merger needs to go through, but it is most likely going to be so there's still some things to be worked out for this merger, but the merger is happening, guys, so be keeping it on. It says here, New York Attorney General ruling is a loss for every American. So there's people that are against the merger and there's people that are for the merger. There's two sides to everything. So yeah. It says here in a statement, New York Attorney General Leetta James called the ruling a loss for every American who relies on a cell phone. And then she goes on to say, quote, "From the start, this merger has been about massive corporate profits over all else," end quote. Then she goes on to say, quote, "Despite the company's false claims, this deal will endanger wireless subscribers where it hurts most their wallets, end quote. James said the Attorney Generals are reviewing their options, including the possibility of an appeal. So we'll see what happens with that. And it says that in a statement, California Attorney General Xavier Becerra said that the fight against the mergers signaled that, quote, we won't hesitate to stand up for consumers who deserve choice and fair prices, end quote. Where things go now, approval of the deal can trigger a number of follow-up actions. The Attorney General can look to appeal the deal, which that could still happen, furthering their fight. If they don't, however, the companies still have steps they need to take. T-Mobile, Sprint, and Dish will need to complete their respective agreements, while T-Mobile and Sprint need to hammer out final terms that could provide tricky if T-Mobile renegotiates the price as soon as some analysts have called for because of Sprint's declining health. T-Mobile didn't immediately respond to a request for comment on whether it would renegotiate with Sprint. Once that's done, T-Mobile and Sprint will have to merge their networks, including enabling their devices to tap into both. T-Mobile has said it will take about 3 years to migrate customers over to its network. Most recent plans, including recent 5G devices, support both T-Mobile and Sprint airwaves. A Sprint spokeswoman told CNET that about one-half of Sprint's branded customer base, or about 20 million users, have devices that are already compatible with T-Mobile's network. With a simple software update, that's what it will take. If you guys have a compatible Sprint phone right now, let's say you guys got a Galaxy Note 10 on Sprint, that phone will work on T-Mobile with no issues. They will have to do a software update for that to work, since being all that is needed to enable them to take advantage of T-Mobile's service. Dish and T-Mobile, meanwhile, will also need to iron out the final details of its deal, which will have Dish acquire the Boost brand, wide spectrum, and access to T-Mobile's network for 7 years while it builds its own 5G offering. Excuse me. How we got here. The road to the deal was long and dwindling, riddled with promises and obstacles that called into questions the deal viability. In a bid to gain FCC approval, T-Mobile announced it has some promises around 5G and pricing, including a price line to increase prices for 3 years. The wireless carrier won the DOJ's blessing that their deal was brokered with Dish, which proposed buying assets including Sprint's Boost Mobile brand. That purchase would allow Dish to become a new fourth wireless carrier. So that's how this is gonna get into. That's how the Dish name is getting into this. So you guys will have AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, and Dish Network. As I said, for most deals approved by the DOJ and FCC would be enough, but 14 attorney generals continue to fight. They filed a multi-state lawsuit in June 2019, arguing that allowing the wireless carriers to combine would deprive consumers of the benefits of competition and drive up prices for cell phone services. like I said, there was people against the merger. There was like a lot of state attorney generals that were against it. They didn't want it to happen. They were trying to do everything they could to block the merger. So yeah, but they can still appeal the ruling if they want to, which I'm sure that they will. Says here the Attorney General has also questioned whether this has the expertise necessary to operate a competitive full carrier, citing the company's inexperience in mobile telecommunications. There's a quote from California's Deputy Attorney General Paula Blizzard. She says, quote, "It will not be a new robust wireless operator that can replace Sprint." A number of executives from T-Mobile, Sprint, and Dish appeared at the trial to defend the deal, including T-Mobile's Ledger, President and Chief Operating Officer Mike Seibert, and President of Technology Neville Ray. Other execs who appeared in court include current Sprint CEO Michael Cairns and Dish's Charlie Ergen. After T-Mobile unveiled a host of additional incentives in November 2019, it would offer if the merger is approved, which it is approved now. As of February 11, 2020, the merger is approved, including providing free service to first responders and free home internet to low-income households, which is pretty cool. The company was able to sway a few states into supporting its cause, including Texas and Nevada. T-Mobile has long argued that it needs Sprint spectrum to build a truly robust 5G nationwide network. Sprint is the only U.S. carrier to currently offer 5G on what is known as mid-band spectrum. This frequency allows for faster data connections than the low-band 5G network T-Mobile operates for 200 million people, but with significantly more range than the higher frequency millimeter wave 5G currently favored by Verizon. Okay. The carrier said that by merging with Sprint, it will be the carrier says that by merging with Sprint, it will be able to build out a network that utilizes all three flavors of 5G: low band, mid band, and millimeter wave 5G. So that is pretty cool right there. And it says here, yeah, there you guys have it. This T-Mobile Sprint merger is now approved. It is now happening. There are still some steps that T-Mobile Sprint needs to do to complete the merger. Obviously, I'm sure that there'll be some appeals for this ruling, but we will see what happens. So this merger news is not over yet. It's just not over. We'll have more merger news to come, so stay tuned for that. So the T-Mobile Sprint merger is finally approved. It's been officially approved. So as of February 11, 2020, T-Mobile and Sprint will now merge. So like I said before, you guys will have 4 carriers still, so that's not going to change. So you'll have AT&T, Verizon, new T-Mobile, and Dish Network. So yeah. So what do you guys think about the T-Mobile Sprint merger? What do you guys think about it being approved? And if you guys are on Dish Mobile, you guys will now be a part of Dish Network. So yeah. So that's pretty much it for this video. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out a lot. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.